I don't like your attitude, Natasha.
Sorry.
This is...
Now presenting today's special guest star, Natasha Stanishevsky.
Oh, man. Isn't this great?
That was awesome.
Yes.
I've never
Here
had
you
an
are.
intro like that before.
Well, we're so honored that you were able
Wow.
to join us for a few shows.
I am honored to be here. This is exciting.
It's going to be a lot of
It's
fun.
like the first day of school, kind of. Everything's a little different.
Yeah, I guess so.
I couldn't find the bathroom on this side of the building.
That's right, we
Producer
hide it.
Tim is like a new teacher.
And he's in a good mood for
Yeah.
once. So, yeah, all in
Excellent.
all, you've really made the show better instantly.
All
We haven't even
right.
started yet.
It's going to get better because we have some good soccer highlights
Yes, we
coming
sure
up.
do, Natasha. And
Right?
this whole tournament was on TSN, and Kate and our panel was amazing. We were just talking about that.
Outstanding.
It's the Women's World Cup. It's the final in the United States of America, going for 4 Women's World Cup titles. They would be the first nation to ever accomplish that. And they were looking to do it against the Netherlands. The USA also looking to become just the second nation ever to win back-to-back World Cup crowns. Fourth time the USA are the Women's World Cup champions. Rapinoe awarded the Golden Ball and the Golden Boot. You may be asking yourself, well, how did Rapinoe win the Golden Boot as the tournament's top goal scorer, even though her and Morgan White had the same number? Well, she and Morgan were tied with 3 assists. Ellen White had no assists, so that took her out. And then Rapinoe actually played fewer minutes than Morgan, so that's how it was decided. She's the 3rd player in Women's World Cup history to score 3 penalties in the same tournament. I'm sure that Kate and the ladies will be discussing her and more, another American World Cup win.
Thank you very much. Alongside Claire Rustad, Kaylin Kyle, and Diana Matheson. And after 31 days, it is the United States of America once again on top. 1991, 1999, 2015, and now 2019. They are 4-time champions. They have also won back-to-back for the very first time since Germany did it back in 2007. Diana, they are the pinnacle of women's soccer. They are once again the benchmark. How did they get it done this year?
I mean, the U.S. just finds a way to win, don't they? Which is what teams hate about them, and they did that all this World Cup. They came into this tournament the hungriest team. I think from minute 1, destroyed Thailand and kept it rolling from there. I think a lot of teams underperformed this tournament, and they absolutely were not one of them. They were fantastic throughout. It was a good final, which was great, and I think it was the final we deserved from this tournament. We got a VAR call, which of course we had to have in this game. It's been so active throughout. I think it was the right call, and then Megan Rapinoe stepping up to bury yet another penalty, huge under pressure, in a player that had such an impact this tournament. And then the second goal was Rose Lavelle, one of the players, one of the best midfielders in the tournament for me, young player, only 24. She'll be fantastic next tournament too. So I think it was just the fitting storyline in this tournament. And I think it's fair to say the U.S. deserved this World Cup.
And you mentioned Rapinoe there, Golden Boot, Golden Ball. For everything she dealt with during this tournament off the pitch, she was able to focus and be the tournament's top player, Kaylin.
And this is why the U.S. is so successful, because they don't focus on outside things. They use it to their advantage. And as a group, that is why they are the best in the world. Love or hate Rapinoe, I have a lot of respect for her. She puts her neck out on the line for players that are scared to speak up, teams that are scared to speak up, countries that are scared to speak up. She is the one that is going out there saying what people want to say but are too scared to say. So you have to respect her. I mean, I'm so happy for her. She deserved everything that she got at this tournament, and she proved it game after game after game. She came up big in big moments, and that's what you want from players like a Megan Rapinoe.
So the Americans still at the top. They're still the powerhouse. They're still the most dominant. But I think one of the wonderful parts of this World Cup, Claire, was the fact that we saw that gap closing and closing and closing. These other teams like Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, they all are getting better. And in 4 years' time, we expect one of them to break through.
It's really exciting to see what's happening in women's soccer right now. 7 of the 8 teams in the quarterfinals are from UEFA, and they're investing a lot of money in women's soccer there. They're trying to double the number of women playing in their 55 member nations by 2024, really trying to grow at the grassroots level. And they have the domestic leagues to be able to do that. I think in 4 years' time, the United States will no longer be nearly as dominant. There are multiple European countries who I think are going to skyrocket up into kind of their stratosphere. It'll be really exciting to see. And the Americans didn't have an easy time with every game, particularly in the knockout rounds. They were really pushed, and we haven't seen that before in previous World Cups, where they're pushed consistently throughout every knockout round match.
I think, I mean, the U.S. is still going to be in the picture in 4 years, too.
Sure.
I think we've been saying the gap's been closing for 12 years now, and they still find a way to make every semi, and now the 4th star on their jersey, that's huge. I mean, they have a huge population and the will and the drive and the money to back it up, so they're always going to be a force. And hopefully this will bring more attention to pro soccer in North America as well.
All right, the USA once again champions, and it's amazing to think that after a month, this is the last time we'll be doing a Sports Center hit. So thank you to you 3 ladies. I think you guys have been absolutely sensational, and the country would agree. So from myself and Claire and Kaylin and Diana, thank you for watching the FIFA Women's World Cup, and we'll send it back to Sports Center.
Great job, ladies. The Americans have now won the World Cup the same amount of times as the rest of the field. And the American women have now won 12 consecutive matches at the World Cup. That is the longest streak of any country in either gender.
It's all about the rebuild for the Blue Jays this season, and the first half was a grind. So much raw talent on the roster, and there could be even more new faces on the way. Bo Bichette will be called up at some point, and if vets like Marcus Stroman and Ken Giles get shipped out, the roster could look much different after the trade deadline in 3 weeks. Blue Jays taking on the Orioles. Now, if you can't make out this sign, it says, "We don't need Kawhi, we got the Blue Jays." That is a hardcore baseball fan right there. Nicely done, kid. Asher Wojciechowski, drafted by the Jays in 2010, starting for Baltimore on Sunday. Bottom of 1. The fastball stays up. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. blasts his 18th of the season. 2-run shot makes it 2-0. Bottom of 4. Vlad Guerrero Jr. jumps on a fastball in the zone. Stevie Wilkerson can't make the play, so Vladdy decides to go for 2. Now, it's not the prettiest slide here, but there's no points for pretty. Vladdy's in a 13th double of the season. He goes 2 for 4 with 2 runs. Wojciechowski gives up 3 over 4 and a third. But before he was done, Freddie Galvis slicing, foul ball here. The fan tracking this one. He's got the ball, but she. He was going for it. She got it. She loses the popcorn, though. The ball out of the bucket. Everything all over the place. The usher will end up finding that one. She gets the ball anyway. Anyways, Jays take it 6-1.
Yankees were in action as well against the Rays. Top 3 runners on the corners. Aaron Judge strikes out looking, and obviously doesn't like that call. Let's have a look at it from a different angle. Aaron Boone, Yankee manager, obviously doesn't like it either. Let's look at this here. Let's see. That seemed real low, so you can understand why Judge and why Boone were upset. Now, Vic Carpazza says that's enough. That's enough. And Boone's like, all right, fine. So that's the end of that. Top 5 now. Austin Romine will foul this one off. Now check this out.
All right. And you thought hat tricks were only in hockey.
That was pretty good. Hey, James Paxton, Canadian. Gets Willie Adames for his 11th and final strikeout. He went 6 strong in this one, but it was the Rays who took the game 2-1.
Back to soccer for the Gold Cup final, featuring a rivalry renewed. Mexico and the U.S. have a ton of history on the pitch, meeting 71 times overall, and are an even 2-2-1 in their last 5 head-to-head meetings. While Mexico entered this tournament as favorites, the Americans have a lot to prove after failing to qualify for the World Cup. Gold Cup final from Soldier Field in Chicago. The Mexicans have beaten the U.S. in 4 of the 5 finals they've faced each other. Pick this one up in the 8th minute. Tim Ream delivers a great long ball for Josie Altidore. The TFC striker, nice touch to get into the box, but he slides it just wide of the post. What an opportunity that was. 0-0 at the half. 73rd minute, still scoreless. Mexico looking to break the deadlock. Beautiful goal for his first of the tournament. Jonathan Dos Santos gives Mexico the lead. 87th minute. The Mexicans pressing for the equalizer. Americans make that, looking for the equalizer. Michael Bradley stopped by Guillermo Ochoa. The ball comes to Christian Roldan. His shot blocked. Mexico hangs on to win their record 8th Gold Cup. 1-0, the final.
Now, the Copa America final was also going on Sunday. It was host Brazil taking on Peru. Big mismatch. Brazil's won all 4 Copa America tournaments that have been on their home soil. Gabriel Jesus shaking 2 defenders. The cross to Everton, third of the tournament. Brazil takes an early 1-0 lead. 41st minute, Peru on the attack. Thiago Silva tries to block the cross. It's off his hand. It's a penalty for the Peruvians. Paulo Guerrero buries it. First goal that Brazil has conceded in this entire tournament. Could Peru shock Brazil and shock the world, really? No. Jesus seeks one just inside the post here. Brazil beat Peru 5-0 in the group stage. They take a 2-1 lead into the half. Now, in the 70th minute, he's already got a yellow card in the match. It's Jesus called for the second yellow card, so that's a red card. That means he's out of the match.
That is very harsh.
He's gone. Brazil down to 10 men. And he's obviously upset about that, but Brazil would weather the storm, if you will. And in the 87th, Everton body checked to the ground. So Brazil is awarded a penalty of their own. Yeah, that's a no-no. Can't do that. It's Richarlison, the insurance marker, and that's it. Brazil, 9th Copa America, 5 for 5 when the tourney is on home soil. Was there ever any doubt? I said it's an exciting time. Let's check in once again on Dan's vacation. Now, he took some photos of plants, and he shows off his green thumb.
Well, looky here. Cherries on our tree that birds and squirrels have not eaten yet. Zoink!
Okay, those didn't look right. That's what Dan's been doing on his vacation.
Zoink.
Throwbacks on Sunday, including the Reds wearing these sleeveless throwbacks. What do you think?
I wasn't expecting that. I like them.
Well, Ted Klaczewski, who might be related to you distantly, Natasha, he went with no sleeves back in 47 to 61.
Sleeveless uniform on a baseball field, especially at the major league level. That's kind of like wearing a bikini on the beach, boy. You better have a lot of self-confidence to pull that off.
Yeah, I think they do. Now, Cleveland's Greg Allen, not going sleeveless, but really having a terrific day.
Drives one to deep center. Back goes Greg Allen, way back. Oh, what a catch by Greg Allen. A sensational effort in deep center field. Holy mackerel, what a play.
I mean, there have been some amazing defensive plays on Sunday in Major League Baseball.
Greg Allen, have yourself a day, young man. Gone to Souvenir City. A 2-run homer for Allen. His 4th hit of the afternoon.
Yeah, he finished the double shy of the cycle. Cleveland gets the win. Very entertaining stuff. Well, this is exciting, Natasha. This is the part of the show that everyone loves, where we walk from this set over to the set where we talk about things. So you want to come on over with me?
Everybody loves but the ladies, because we got to walk in the heels, down the stairs, very slowly.
Right. There you go. You're handling it great.
I got this. I feel like it's the Oscars, though, where you should take my hand, sort of, maybe, and escort me across.
Yeah, I'm
we
sorry.
can do that tomorrow, like this.
There.
Like you walk me, and then like you
right here. There we go. I really messed that up.
A little more.
You're right.
Respectable.
You're right. That was.
We'll do that tomorrow, maybe.
I really messed that one up, and you're the guest, and I didn't even think of that.
Oopsie.
There you go. Got that?
Please don't like this.
How long did that take us? 32 seconds.
Is that good or bad? I don't think that's good, is it?
That's the longest we've ever had.
Okay. Well, I asked for the escort. That was the problem.
But also, I think Tim secretly likes when we have long walkovers and we can chat and get to know each other a little bit.
I'm sure he loves that.
Yeah. He probably loves that we're still doing this now and not getting into sports.
I know. I can just hear him saying, "Go longer, go longer."
He's saying sports in my ear. Well, let's get to the sports. If you somehow haven't heard, Kawhi Leonard's gone to the Clippers, 4 years, $142 million. He'll be joined in L.A. by Paul George, who requested a trade there from OKC after being recruited by Leonard. The Clippers gave up Canadian Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, 4 unprotected first-rounders, 1 protected first-rounder, and 2 pick swaps in order to acquire Paul George. It's a lot to give up. but you're giving all that up and you're getting Paul George and you're getting Kawhi Leonard.
The Clippers, now the betting favorite to win next year's title at 11-4. Of course, no surprise there.
And all week, everyone was saying the Clippers are out of it. The Clippers are out of it.
We were all wrong.
Everyone was so wrong. Everyone was so wrong. People had the people who said they had information had no information.
99% chance they're going to the Raptors.
I'm not trusting any of them again, Natasha. None of them. Now, reactions to the news of Leonard's signing have been mixed. Rapper/actor Ice Cube, who's a friend of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, and the founder of the Big Three Basketball League, had this to say about Leonard leaving the Raptors for LA's other team.
Kawhi was a winner. Now he want to be a loser. That's all. That's all I could say. You know, he was a winner at Toronto. He want to be a dipper. Must want to be a loser because they haven't done anything in their whole career. So I don't think he's the savior for the Clippers.
Obviously, a little bitter.
Yeah, and like LA is a Laker town. You know, the Clippers are always the also-rans. You know, even in the Lob City days, everyone was like, whatever, when are the Lakers going to be good again? But the balance of power, this is exciting.
Great. Mix it up a little, shovel it up, right?
And you got AD and LeBron against Kawhi and Paul George. That's pretty exciting.
I like it. Agreed. Yeah. So the Raptors have some work to do now, a few holes to fill. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson has agreed to a one-year deal with the Toronto Raps. Hollis-Jefferson is entering his 5th season in the NBA. He averaged 9 points and 5 rebounds with the Nets last year. He joins former Arizona Wildcats teammate Stanley Johnson as the latest players to sign in Toronto.
So these guys are defensive studs, if you will.
Right.
But they're not great shooters. And you lost Danny Green and Kawhi, and those are good. I think people are concerned about that. The problem for Masai now, you gotta try to figure out what you're doing, and you're putting all your eggs in the Kawhi basket, which we all would have done that. But now you got to pivot a little bit. It's going to be tough.
This is going to take some work. This is going to take some time. You don't replace Kawhi and Danny Green just like that,
They have a title. They've got a 5-year grace period.
Let's just enjoy it for a while.
Yeah, they've got a 5-year grace period.
Speaking of enjoying, since Kawhi Leonard's departure to LA, we haven't heard much from any of his former teammates, but Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet were showing their full Raptor support during Summer League action this weekend.
I already know, man. It's your boy. You know what I mean? We out here. Just somebody checking the guys out. But, hey, what's up, Freddie? Checking out the guys, man. Still champs, in case you were wondering. Yeah.
I have a question for you. I'm throwing a bit of a curveball at you here. Kawhi, you raise his jersey to the rafters when he retires, or do you give him a statue when he retires outside of Scotiabank, or both?
Jersey for sure, I think. Statue? That seems like a lot. No, for one season? I'm not sure.
I say 100% yes, statue. And the statue is his reaction to the three-point shot.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right.
Who says no to that?
No.
Who says no to the newsreel, Natasha? Nobody. Though producer Tim neglected to edit you into this, so that seems like a slight. The Hurricanes officially matched the Canadiens' 5-year, $42.27 million offer sheet to Sebastian Aho. Aho took to Twitter afterwards saying, "I'm grateful for the offer from Montreal, but it was always my hope to return to the Hurricanes. I love it in Raleigh, and I'm thrilled that we continue what we started last season." It doesn't seem believable. The Hurricanes' Twitter account tweeted out their schedule for the day. And look closely, Natasha. 1:05 p.m. match offer sheet for Sebastian. Right after they watched the U.S. women win the World Cup.
You know what else is on that schedule? The Habs actually open the season against Aho and the Canes.
Wow.
How juicy is that?
That's exciting.
It's pretty good. Former Raptors guard DeLon Wright has been acquired by the Dallas Mavericks in a sign and trade deal with the Memphis Grizzlies. His new contract is for 3 years and $29 million. The 27-year-old averaged 8.7 points and 2.6 assists with the Grizzlies and Raptors last season. Dallas, a lot of people were waiting for Dallas to make a move, and they did.
They lose out on Danny Green, and so they got to get somebody. And, man, DeLon Wright, for a guy who couldn't really stick with the big club in Toronto consistently, just got paid.
He'll get a chance there, yeah.
Christian Yelich will not be participating in Monday's home run derby. It's a back injury. He leads the majors with 31 home runs this season. The Oakland A's' Mark Chapman will be taking his spot. Of course, the big story about the home run derby is that Vladdy Guerrero Jr. will be participating for the Blue Jays, and he was hitting bombs last week. They showed some video of him practicing. He hasn't hit a lot in actual games, so this is exciting.
You have high hopes for him in this home run derby.
Massive hopes. I feel like he's going to go out there and just crush it.
That'd be great for him to put on a show. There hasn't been a lot for Jays fans to cheer about this season. That'd be fun to see.
Get some confidence back,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
has been the Newsreel, everyone. The Newsreel.
Well, if you missed UFC 239 Saturday night, you missed an excellent card. Amanda Nunes defended her women's bantamweight title with a first-round TKO over former champion Holly Holm. John Jones defended his light heavyweight title, going the distance, surviving the challenge from Thiago Santos. And social media exploded when Jorge Masvidal recorded the fastest knockout in UFC history with this knee to the head of the previously undefeated Ben Askren. Here's some of Masvidal's post-fight media availability, where he did not hold back.
I saw some criticism. People say the punches weren't really necessary. Maybe
they were super necessary.
Why were they necessary?
What do you mean, why were they not necessary?
Because he was already knocked out at that point.
But the referee hadn't pulled me off. And my job is to hit somebody till the referee pulls me off. So to those people, I would say maybe don't watch him and may go back to soccer.
I saw some other criticisms, perhaps, of your celebration afterwards. Any regrets at the celebration or your behavior in the cage afterwards?
Man, there's not too many people that I've disliked. I have over 50 pro fights, and he's one of them, you know. He talked about my manhood, talked about my culture, my ethnicity. Where do we draw? Why do certain people get to do stuff online? So you could do anything. Everything is cool before a fight. You're allowed to do and say whatever you want, like other fighters are not doing, talking about people's religions, wife, even kids. That's cool. But after a fight, I'm not allowed to showboat and rub it in your face so you and guys like you could see it and be like, maybe I don't talk so because when I cross one of these real they're going to make me pay for it, man. They're going to embarrass the and it's not over for Ben either. He still has to deal with me. If I see him at Whole Foods, I'm going to still slap that dude up because I don't like him.
I like him, though.
At Whole Foods.
I like that guy a lot.
Go back to soccer. He's great.
Yeah.
Telling it like it is. He's right. There's so much trash talking always in UFC. When you're in the octagon, you better back it up.
I believe
right?
someone said, why the knee? And he said, because he's a bum. I don't know if that explains it, but I like that answer a lot.
Not sure.
And then our own UFC reporter, Aaron Bronstetter, Natasha, was in the middle of an interview with UFC fighter Israel Adesanya when Masvidal knocked Askren out. His reaction was amazing.
I'm being me at the end of the day. If you like me, you do. If you don't, you. Facts.
Oh! Wow! Let me see that. Out of here. Go. Wow! Nah. No. Wow! Ghetto Jesus. Ghetto Jesus. No fucking way. That's the fastest knockout in UFC history, right? He came fast. Wow. Wow. Let me see that. Look, replay. He ran at him. Oh, flying knee. Off. I'm out.
I feel like Aaron right now. I don't know where to look. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know which camera to face. That's exactly how I feel, Aaron.
No.
I get it.
You are a professional.
Deer in
And
the
Aaron
headlights.
is too, but he really looked lost there.
Yeah.
He really looked lost. Okay, when we come back, Adam Hadwin, Canadian in contention on Sunday. Could he win for the first time in 2 years? Oh, hey. I was just writing Dan a letter to let him know where I was when I heard the news. It was late Friday night and I was drunk, but responsible and in a cab after a night of revelry. That's when I checked my phone and saw the tweet from Woj. He stay? No, he gone. I nearly vomited. It may have been the booze.
Letter for you.
Hey, it's from Dan.
Dear Jay, I just wanted to let you know where I was when I heard the news. I was tending to my flowers. They love to be watered at night. That's when my daughter came running in from her bedroom. Woj had already put up a YouTube Kids video explaining that Kawhi had chosen the Clippers. My flowers withered away and died right there in front of me. I have 4 weeks of vacation left and no flowers to tend to. Life is meaningless. Also, this is not my voice. I wasn't at work to record this, so someone else did.
This has been Where I Was When I Heard the News.
Adam Hadwin has a lot to feel good about when looking at his season so far. Top 50 in FedEx Cup points, 19th in the President's Cup standings, and he's already qualified for the Open Championship. But what would make this summer even better for the Canadian is his first PGA Tour win since 2017. And he was in a great position to do just that at the 3M Open on Sunday. Hadwin looking for his second career PGA Tour victory. The Canucks started his round 2 shots off the lead. 2 under on the par 5 12 from 71 yards. Hadwin, who has 4 top 10s this season, plays a beauty pitch to within 7 feet for a chance to tie the lead.
Hadwin will have a birdie. Hadwin for birdie. For a share of the lead, he's got it. The Canadian Adam Hadwin to 17 under par.
Hadwin moving into a 4-way share of the lead. Matthew Wolff among those tied for that lead. He won the NCAA title 6 weeks ago on 14 from 8 feet out. That's a birdie. The 20-year-old takes the solo lead after Wolff made another birdie. Back to Hadwin, now 2 shots back, needing to hole out from the fairway on 18 to have any chance from 116 yards. It is a brilliant wedge, but he won't hole out. He is within 4 feet, though. How good is that? He would birdie. The Canadian shoots a 4 under 67, but his bid for a second career win comes up just short after Hadwin finished. Insanity ensues on the 18th hole, starting with Bryson DeChambeau tied with Hadwin just off the fairway from 202 yards. The 8th ranked player in the world. Gorgeous high draw to within 7 feet, setting up an eagle putt where DeChambeau, all fired up here, calms down and drains it to post 20 under par and a 1-shot lead. Wolff was in the final group after barely missing the green with his second shot. He still had a putt for eagle.
Settle down.
My goodness.
With authority. What an eagle. He posts a 21 under, ending DeChambeau's chances. In just his 4th career start, the 20-year-old picks up his first career PGA Tour victory.
Bummer.
Fantastic.
I mean, great finish, but bummer
right.
for Hadwin.
Bummer for Adam.
So now we have a Tiger and a Wolf in the PGA. And when we come back, Nolan Arenado is really good at baseball. I feel not bad about doing this, but we have to go back to Thursday's show, and I made a huge mistake, and you'll see it in our latest segment, Correction. Here it is. A viewer named Doug Kirkwood. Let's check out this clip first. Was the toothpick necessary?
No. Is it ever necessary unless there's food on the table and you need to get the food out of your mouth?
It was only necessary for Sylvester Stallone when he was in Cobra. Right. So I referenced Cobra. A viewer named Doug Kirkwood and others, by the way, responded, I'm with you on the toothpick, but Stallone had a matchstick in his mouth in Cobra. And Tim, can we show the movie poster? This is iconic. Do you remember this, Natasha?
Vaguely, a little bit, yes. I don't think I've seen this movie, but...
You'd go to your local Blockbuster on White Ave in Edmonton.
That's the one.
It would be a Wednesday night. You'd be bored, and you'd be like, maybe I'll get Cobra, and you thought, no, I'm not getting that.
No,
so
not
I'm really
getting
happy
that.
we corrected all that and made that right.
There's a big toothpick issue, though, leading to that, right?
Well, I guess it might be a CBD toothpick that. What did I say? Yeah, John Bones. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Why did someone get in my ear? Oh, skittish like that.
I don't know what's going on this show.
Oh, well, so yeah, I think it's something he actually markets. So he was essentially marketing his own product, John Jones was, in the interview, and I was wondering why he had a toothpick in his mouth.
I see.
So he was really marketing something. So that's my ignorance.
All right. So we
I
corrected
apologize.
it all up now. I like that little
fixed.
segment.
And I'd like to just again say I apologize to John Jones.
It's all good. Okay, from outfield assist to killing time in the pits, we have the best and worst from Sunday. It's the Jannies coming up next.
These are our favorite and least favorite plays. This is our favorite. Nolan Arenado making it look so easy. Barehanded, casual toss to first for the out.
We were talking about all those good defensive plays on Sunday, Jay. Jose Iglesias ropes the ball to center. Greg Allen, fantastic leaping grab back there. That's tough, straight into the cage, too. Looks like he's okay.
And then there was this one, Marlins Braves, Charlie Culberson.
Yes.
And this is just a rocket home, and boom. Got Jorge Alfaro at the plate and out. Way to go, Culberson.
Bryson DeChambeau playing a short chip shot. This one way shorter than he intended. Do I ever know exactly how that feels?
I think
oh my goodness.
All us weekenders do.
Right?
So you golf like 6 times a week.
But that's how I golf.
NBA Summer League. Diebert back, behind the back pass. Bruno Fernando.
Back to Fernando for the jam.
Let's see it again. Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Another steal, this time Jalen Adams.
I mean, I thought it was good, but put that kid to sleep. Going back to baseball now. Throw to second, a little wide, but Jorge Polanco, the adjustment, the tag, it really was a terrific play. You'll see a great angle here to get Joey Gallo. That was a pretty awesome play.
And a little more from Summer League. R.J. Barrett skies to throw down the alley-oop.
Who needs Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving?
Nobody, not us. Not when you have R.J. Barrett making plays like that.
He's the
Canadian.
face of the Knicks. It's
Love
amazing.
It.
I still can't believe it. Well, this has been a great show. Natasha's done a great job. It's almost over. We're going to come back with the highlight of the night and our popular You Blew It segment. It's the worst play of the day. Austin Hedges, the pop-up. Max Muncy. Oh, Muncy. Oh, Muncy. Lucky he didn't get knocked on the head.
This is much better. It's the highlight of the night.
Here now.
Nolan Arenado with a new way to get an out. This time bare-handing the ball, throwing to first, all in one motion. He barely breaks the sweat here. Look at how easy he makes it look.
I dig it.
Incredible play. Of course, it's the highlight of the night. Of course it is.
Well, not surprisingly, Natasha messed up nothing. She did terrific. It's all me.
Miracle.
It's all me here. I called Matt Chapman, Mark Chapman. Also, I should mention that I said that Nobody Does It Better was the Bond theme for For Your Eyes Only. It's for Spy Who Loved Me, Carly Simon's song. Messed that up big time.
Good, you cleared that up.
Sorry, Bond fans. And not quite a You Blew It, but everyone in the control room is pointing out we're wearing the same pants.
Oh.
We're wearing...
They're
so you
kind of
have
platy.
those pants. I don't think they're exactly the same.
No, yours are bigger squares.
I don't think anyone in the control room knows what they're talking about.
Well,
this is
I don't know how they even noticed that. That's pretty good, actually.
This is my Nick Nurse suit.
Yes, we were talking about that. I like it. You're right.
It's from the Nick Nurse collection.
He likes those patterns. I like it too. It looks good.
You can get it at Indochino.
Because everybody are
Everyone's
all
in
the
heels.
men who don't have to wear the heel.
Yeah, that's right. It's not fair.
If I could wear flip-flops, we'd have no issue.